The 2015 Telstra Businesswomen's Queensland Telstra Businesswoman of the Year Award winner is Dr. Catherine Ball, URS.
I know that I'm jet lagged, but this is a dream, right? Like, I've slept through my alarm or something.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know that I deserve this. There are so many people in this room that I think are doing such a great job that I actually really feel like I'm not honest standing here taking this. So I did 15 minutes work on my other speech because I thought, I might just put the effort in, and I did about 3 minutes on this. So I thought, no way, it's not going to happen. Wow. So I made all the jokes in the previous one. So let's try and find some funny stuff here. Right. So one of the reasons I'm jet lagged is that I've just been doing a whirlwind tour of the world. I was in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Alaska Fairbanks, Seattle, Portland, Austin, Texas, Seguin, Texas, but don't worry if you've never heard of it. And that's where my dad lives. And then back over to London. And I was talking with people not only in the UAV industry, but also in military and environment and commercial and other parts of AECOM, which is a huge global company with 150 countries represented by nearly 100,000 people. And sometimes you get to feel like a very small cog in the wheel, but during my travels, I didn't feel like a small cog. I actually felt like an incredibly well-supported and valued member of a very large global family. Australia is world-leading in UAV technology. Some of the things that we have achieved here, nobody else can do. And that, to me, we first flew long-range UAVs off the coast of Western Australia to trial to see if we could. We trialed to see if we could through regulators, through some of the stringent health and safety protocols that were in place, through airspace deconfliction, and through technical ability to detect turtle activity and coastal erosion on offshore islands that were some 300 or 400 kilometers away from where we launched this UAV from. A UAV is called an unmanned aerial vehicle, a drone. Now, I try to avoid the word drone because it sounds like I'm about to blow someone up. But effectively, here in Australia, we have technology that is beyond anything else. We have the ability to fly stuff that's about my size, with a 3.5-meter wingspan, and it can fly for about 30 hours. When we get hybrid batteries, I'll hopefully be able to deliver packages to my mother in England. But at the moment, it means we are able to reach offshore islands, places in distress, places suffering cyclone, places having had erosion, roads have been washed out from floods. And we're able to either drop things, supply communications, take imagery to have a look to see what's happened, and we're able to make technical, life-saving or environmental science decisions from that data. I actually channeled Winston Churchill. We've mentioned him quite a lot this evening. I feel like he's with us this evening. But I actually channeled him a bit when I first went to this company to ask for some R&D money for us to be able to fly. And I mentioned the whole, we will find the turtles on the beaches. And we will, there's a joke, and that we would be able to actually provide them technical information that will save us having to put people in very gnarly conditions. One thing I do say to my friends and family back in the UK is that Australia is probably the best place in the world to live, and I've married it, I totally agree with that, but it's also trying to kill you on a daily basis. So in places where there are Irukandji crocodiles, 50 degrees centigrade, the fastest wind speeds on planet Earth, you tend to not want to have to put people there if you can help it. These are Australian-built long-range UAVs. This was Australian-built engineering and Australian technology applied to Australian projects, and we were detecting endangered species that hadn't seen by traditional methods for some 15 to 20 years. It was absolutely groundbreaking, and I'm not allowed to publish any of the information from it. So this is my publication. So as I have a lectern and a microphone again, for a few more seconds. As a woman in industry, I really feel like we're living in extraordinary times. I actually feel like things are changing, like we're using the term first, so soon we'll have to be using the term second. One of our obligations I do feel like we have is that we need to open doors. We need to provide opportunity. We need to provide opportunity for everybody, for women, for young people. One thing holding women back, I think, is the opportunity, and I've been lucky in my career to have sponsors and mentors who've recognised something in me, other than a terrible sense of humour, to actually be able to apply thought leadership to new problems and new solutions. Connections. Someone that you work with thinks you are the best thing since sliced bread. They really do, and they want to talk to you about an idea that they've got in their head. Talk to them. And when you talk with them, you'll realise there's somebody that you met a while ago or someone that you work with that you think would be perfect for them. Become a social architect. Become that person that makes those connections. Getting people together and watching them do amazing things is the best feeling in the world. Innovation. It's not just a new buzzword. I think in Australia, innovation is a central core part of our can-do spirit that I've witnessed since living and moving here many, many years ago now. I'm really interested in actually starting a discussion around behaviour-based innovation, similar to the lines of behaviour-based safety that we had in the oil and gas industry. So if there's anyone here in the room that would like to talk to me about behaviour-based innovation, it's a big passion of mine. We need to celebrate successes, and this is a fantastic platform to do that. Thank you so much. I can't even believe I'm stood here. We need to support the outliers, the change agents, the disruptors, or if you watch an Apple advert from the 1990s, they'd call us the crazy ones. This is my call to arms, as I have a lectern and a microphone. It's been proven by Harvard Business School that diversity should be a KPI. There's a single way to drastically improve the global economy right now, and that is actually for equal pay. It would solve everything. They worked it out. So diverse companies, not just around gender, but diversity across the board between age, ethnicity, background, thinking. They're more resilient companies, they're more profitable companies, and they're more successful companies, hands down. The future is bright. We are living in challenging times. We've got things happening to us that we never thought were going to happen. And hurdles and challenges, let's take them on. We need to look at how we're doing things differently and encourage thought leadership amongst our communities and workplaces. And it's not a hierarchical thing. Thought leadership can happen in your first graduate, it can happen in your undergraduate, it can happen in somebody who's been in the company for 30 years. We need to take those, ferment those, distill those, and apply, follow it through. I'm going to quote George Eliot again. It's never too late to be what you might have been. Find out where your passion lies, follow it with your career path, and you'll never feel like you've worked a day in your life. Thank you.